Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. I'm your host, Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, one of Forbes' most influential career sites. This is a podcast for a community of women who want to turn their passions into work they love. You'll learn how to become happy, successful, and balanced with class, skill, and style. We believe that you can create your future. So stop delaying your great life. Go put yourself out there. You can have your great life and career right now. Hey there! It is Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, and I am excited to pop in here and to teach you guys the 3 questions that you need to ask yourself in order to clarify your direction. And this is really important because we are in September. We have a little over 90 days left of 2020, and then we're going to get into planning season and plan out 2021. So I'm super excited. You guys know I'm a planner. And I have a big announcement because every single year we come out and we do a planning challenge. And I'm super excited to announce that our 2021 planning challenge, it's going to be happening a little earlier this year, but that's because we want to give you guys plenty of time to plan out the last 90 days of 2020 because it's been a crazy 2020, right? Crazy. So we wanted to give you plenty of time to plan out the rest of 2020 as well as to plan out 2021. So our planning workshop, our once a year only planning workshop for 2021 is going to start on September 21st. And it's going to be a video series. I know you guys are watching from all over the world. And so it's going to be a video series that you can watch whenever it's convenient for you. There's going to be a video released throughout the rest of September from September 21st to September 30th. So you'll be able to watch it. You'll be able to watch it in your own time. You can watch them all at once, or you can wait till each, go through them a little bit for 10 days, whatever works for you. But I'm super excited because it's going to help you plan out the rest of the year plus 2021. So we're going to help you plan out your annual plan, your 90-day plan. We're going to help you create a vision for your future. But to get you guys ready, what I want to make sure that you do is you get the handout like immediately for the workshop because there's some pre-work that I want you to do so you're ready for September 21st. So I want you to go to www.classycareergirl.com/planning workshop. That's where you want to go so you can download the planning guide that we're going to go through. And there's one section that I want you to do before we start on September 21st. Those are the questions that are going to help you clarify your direction. Because what happens is a lot of times people start planning, like we start creating our goals, but we haven't done the pre work. We haven't done the foundation. We're not ready. Like, who's ready to set 2021 goals right now? Not me. We're not ready to set 2021 goals because first we have to look back. I know you might not want to look back at 2020, but we got to do it. We got to do it. We got to look back at 2020. We got to evaluate some things. We got to figure out what worked, what didn't work. That's one of the first questions that I want you to ask yourself once you download the planning guide, sign up for the workshop, download the planning guide. The first page in that planning guide that I want you to fill out, it's called Looking Back. So carve out 15, 20 minutes and complete that looking back page. There's about 7 questions, but I want to give you the most important 3. So if you don't have time, you're listening to this late, you don't have time to do the page. Let's just talk about the most important 3 questions that you can ask yourself in order to ensure that you have an amazing 2021. So how should we look back at 2020? Where do we even start? Well, the first question I want you to ask yourself is looking back at this year, what worked well? Because guess what? When we start planning out 2021, we want to do more of the stuff that worked well. So, what are those things that worked well for you? Maybe you really enjoyed something about your job. We want to do more of that in 2021. Maybe there was a certain community or group that you enjoyed being a part of. Well, that is going to go on our next year's plan as well. Maybe maybe you reached a goal in 2020 that you want to do even a better job in 2021. Like, what are the things that worked well? And then what are the things that did not work well? So oftentimes we get into this cycle where we keep repeating stuff that doesn't work and then we get frustrated. So if there's something that didn't work this year, maybe it was a bad job, maybe it was something financial related, maybe you were living somewhere you didn't like. It could be personal, it could be professional, work related, family related, whatever comes to mind. This is like a journal. We're just going to write down whatever comes to mind. You're just going to write down whatever didn't work. Like what did not make you happy this year? Because we want to make sure when we start planning out 2021 that we do not put those into our plan, into our calendar. The things that did not work, we just kind of want to set aside. Yes, it's scary to think about, but it's time to start at least looking back at 2020 and looking back and seeing what worked and what didn't. And so that way it gives us plenty of time to create a plan for the last 90 days of the year and then also a great plan for 2021. So, your first question you want to journal or just think about is what looking back at the year what worked well and then what didn't work. Okay, what didn't work well. So first, you want to write down that. You can also think about like what are some of your biggest time wasters. Like maybe there were some things that didn't work with your time. Maybe you felt stressed. Maybe you felt overwhelmed. Maybe you were rushed in the mornings, and instead you really like the days or you had a slow morning, coffee, read a book. Like these things are really important for us to remember because otherwise we just like rush into the new year, or rush into a new goal, and we haven't really analyzed what are the things that we liked and didn't like about certain things in our schedules. So first we're going to ask ourselves that. You can also ask yourself like when you were at your best and loving life last year, what were you doing? I love this question because it really makes me think like when was I the most happy? When was I loving life? What was I doing? All of those things are really important for you to think through. So, the second question I want you to ask yourself is what are you grateful for? So, this is really important just because it just gets your mindset ready and right for planning out for moving forward. And a lot of times, maybe I was just talking to some of our class members earlier today, and they're one of our members is just stuck in her day job and has no motivation and energy for anything new. And one of the things that I told her is it's really important, even though you might hate that day job, it's really important to be grateful for it because that day job is providing you a paycheck, a salary, a way for you to start working on your next thing, your vision, your why, where you're going in the future. And so, even though there's things, maybe your life just is not looking how you want it to in the future, we still have to be thankful for just the small things, whether it's like a cup of coffee. I remember the days when I was like, so not in my ideal life whatsoever. Things were not working how I wanted them to work. And every single day, I wrote down three things I was grateful for. And I still do today. That's inside of our planners. We have a daily plan. And on that daily plan, I do this every single day. I write down something I'm grateful for. Even when it's hard to think of like big things, it could just be something small. And usually my family is like always on my list. So, thinking through those things, like thinking through what you're grateful for, especially with 2020, it's been tough. It's been difficult. But I think as we go into planning the last quarter of the year and as we go into planning 2021, if we can start to change our mindset from 2020 sucks to, you know what, I'm really grateful for these parts of 2020 because of blank, because of this, because there's so there even if for me it's allowed us more time as a family. Like we're not rushing off certain places. We can't go out to eat, we can't do a lot of the things we used to do, and so we're just getting so much more family unstructured time. And my girls, I have a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old, they have gotten so much time together. As you can imagine, they've been home together since March. But normally, I would had they'd be in school, there might be things happening, they would not get so much time together. And so I'm grateful, even though this year's been crazy and unexpected, but I'm grateful that they've built a relationship now being together for so many months, and they play and they have fun. So thinking, even though there's sucky parts of 2020, it's thinking, what are those things in this year that we're going to look back on and be grateful for? Yeah, I would love to know if you guys are listening. Can you let me know what you're grateful for in the comments? That would be great. JC, so good to see you. She says, I've been adding an HR exam for the past year, but keep putting it on my planners. I took one 3 times between 2018 and 2019 and failed, but may need to move forward into the dream job. What about something like this? So, yeah, this might be something that. So if it didn't, so you're on question number one, what didn't work? So what I would do, JC, is I would say, especially if you're going to take this exam again, I would say, it didn't work. Why? Like, what are some reasons why you think that exam, you didn't pass that exam, right? That exam didn't work. Did you not have enough time to study? Were you not in the right mindset? Did you not have the right resources to study? Were you not able to take a class? Like that would go into the what didn't work. And then I would make a plan as you're starting to plan out the next 90 days, which I know you're going to do with us, right? JC, as you're planning the next 90 days or the next year, 2021, I would be thinking about those things. What didn't work when it comes to taking that exam? That's still your goal. That's still your dream. I always say your plans can change, but your dreams don't. So, JC, that is still your dream. You're still going to pass that exam, but we just have to look at what are those things that didn't work when it came to studying for that exam or passing that exam. What were those? What were some reasons why that you didn't pass, right? That's what I would put into the plan for next time. So maybe you need more time to study. Maybe you need to take a different class. Maybe you need to find a mentor who can teach you some things and put that into your 90-day plan and then your 2021 plan of when you plan to take it again. But this time you're going to be so much more prepared. I did the same thing. And when I was trying to get into business school, I took the GMAT. GMAT was the required test. I hardly studied. I thought I'd wing it. I can do it. I scored terribly right out of college. And so I took a few years. And then when I was ready to take it again, I took a study course. I read every article online. I studied. You can ask my husband how much I studied for that course. This was before my blog. So I devoted basically all the time all the extra time I had into studying for the GMAT. And I did so much better. Now, both scores were reported to the schools, but I could show them that there was a huge change and that I improved so much. And it's just a matter of realizing what didn't work and then adding that into your plan for studying for the next time, JC. So you can totally do it for sure. Yeah, Sarah's right. Sometimes these questions are some of the where you were the happiest, were the difficult to answer. So the questions were, when were you the most happiest? When were you enjoying life the most? Yeah, sometimes those are the most difficult because we work too much. I'm just kidding, Sarah, right? We work hard. There's a lot of, there's getting the kids ready for this and for that, and you're cooking, and for me, like getting everything ready. And so sometimes we forget to like have fun, right? Even with the kids. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, you got to do your schoolwork," and I forget to just play with the kids. Sarah, right? I'm sure you can relate. So sometimes we have to stop. We have to think about, when did we have the most fun? When are we enjoying life? So that when we plan the last 90 days of 2020 and we plan 2021, we can make sure we add fun to our calendar, right? It's all about having fun, right? That's why we're working so hard, because we also want to be happy and have fun and enjoy our family and friends as well. So yeah. So okay. So we've talked about the first two questions. Looking back at the year, what worked well, and then what didn't work. We want to ask ourselves before we start planning for the last quarter of the year, and then 2021. And then also you're going to ask yourself, what are you grateful for? And then the third question that you want to ask yourself is, what does success look like for you? What is your definition of success? Because we're about to start planning out our goals and putting all this together, but we need to know what is success when we get there. So we don't just keep going and going and going and working. There has to be a place that we're going to. There has to be a definition of what success is, because otherwise you'll always keep going to the next income amount, or working to the next job, or for the next promotion. But as you're thinking through right now, I want you to write down, like, what does success look like for you? Like, I do this every 90 days, this process of doing this planning guide, which you can download. If you missed the announcement at the beginning, I was saying that we're going to do another 2021 planning workshop starting September 21st. 21st. And so you go download the planning guide at www.classycareergirl.com/planning workshop. And when you do that, the first page is the looking back page. And so that's the page I want to make sure you do before September 21st. And so I do this process every 90 days because it helps to look back at the last quarter and helps me plan out the next quarter. And so in that page, I do this every 90 days of asking myself, what does success look like for me? And this is what I write down every 90 days. It's something similar to this. There's always happiness. Being happy is always success to me. I put peace, peaceful, and no stress. Like that's success, guys. In my book, that's success is no stress, peaceful life, and happiness. And so you could even say that I have that now. You could even say that that's like I am successful. And sometimes it's so easy to get wrapped up into this more and more and more and needing to build and grow, grow, grow that we don't stop and see like, oh, I am successful now. Like that was my goal. One of my goals was to be a happy working mom. I've achieved that. That's success. I've achieved that. I'm happy. I'm a working mom. And that was a goal because I didn't know if I could be a mom at one point. So just like remembering that it's not all about bigger and more and all that, but just remembering, just writing down what success is to you so you can look back and be like, oh, I am successful. I did reach that goal. So, to summarize, you guys, the three questions to help you clarify your direction as we prepare to plan out the last 90 days of the year and as we prepare to start planning 2021, you want to ask yourselves these three questions. Looking back at the year, what worked well and what did not work well? Because we do not want to do any more of the stuff that did not work well. We want to focus on doing more of what works in 2021. And then what are you grateful for, big or small, every single day, focusing on what we're grateful for, because that's going to get us in the right mindset for planning out the next 90 days and for really attracting what we want. Because when we're focused on staying positive, we're going to attract more positivity too. I mean, I've seen some posts and some people who are 2020 it's been tough for us all. It's been very, very tough. There's been a lot of things happening. And so we have to find those silver linings. We got to find the positive parts in this crazy year and be grateful for them. And then number three, what does success look like to you? And really thinking through what is that ideal day for you? If you had a successful ideal day, what does that look like for you? And that is going to help you plan out the rest of the year and 2021. So if you have not already, make sure you go download the planning guide and you sign up for our workshop on September 21st is when we're going to start. You can go to www.classycareergirl.com/planning workshop, get all registered, get signed up, and then we'll be delivering you the videos when they go live. And so this year I'm excited because you can binge watch them. Our team decided instead of like releasing them video by video, we're just releasing you guys the whole workshop. So at once. And so you can watch it at any time within the 10 days. For those of you who just like to like binge watch and like go through it fast, you're going to be able to do it very quickly. And then for those of you that like to just kind of go through it slowly, you'll be able to go through it slowly as well. So I'm super excited. During that time, I'll be available with we'll be doing some Facebook Lives and lots of Q&As as well to really help you create a rock solid 2021 plan and help you plan out the rest of 2020 as well. So I'm super excited. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you guys soon, okay? Hey there, it's Anna Runyon, and I would like to invite you to my upcoming free masterclass called How to Plan, Design, and Launch Your Dream Career or Business Without Wasting Time or Money. I'm going to go over 3 simple strategies to go from feeling stuck at work to waking up excited every single Monday. So you can save your seat at www.classycareergirl.com/masterclass.